What's up, guys? Okay, so little heads up. I've been working my ass off at my 9 to 5, so I'm sorry for not uploading content. I have been on the polls though, so but yeah, I have been going quite hard, and it's kind of hard for me to juggle everything else in my life. So I'll wait here for other people to get in. Just Man, we've been getting killed with snow. Let me see here. So, yeah, like I said, been down. I've been getting my ass kicked with the weather and everything, so haven't been able to upload any content. Also, I haven't been able to even get my Camaro out of the garage, which kind of sucks. So, I'm pretty sure there's quite a few of you guys in the same boat as I am. So, yeah. So, anyways, just wanted to hop on here. I had a request to go live. I know a lot of people, a lot of you guys like this. We'll see here. Wanted to touch base. Now that the Camaro is gone, I know there's some interesting things happening at GM. Some new things that are going to be possibly in the future going to be changing, the landscape. So, what's up, Paul? All right. Hang on one second here, guys. Okay. It's playoff time. Okay, I got you, buddy. So I'm telling me, so you're saying that we might be a little light on the audience today, which is cool. I get it. Everybody's pretty snowed in today. So, anyways, trying to line some other things up. I kind of want to do this like on a regular basis. I think I like it being able to actually interact with you guys. It's pretty easy content for me. I get on here, bitch about how Chevrolet is making the Camaro and how they kind of blackballed it a little bit. And yeah, but yeah. Oh, you got 20. Paul's got 2023 ZL1. What color did you get, dude? Those things are nice cars. Have you? Yeah. Hopefully you can get it out and get some miles under it. The price is dropping on the ZL1s too, which is great. It's a good sign for all of us. It's just the car market in general needs to come down, so which is good. Oh, Mr. Burley's in the house. Oh, okay, I gotcha. What teams are on? I don't know shit about football, so you be in and out. You be all right, buddy. Be all right. So, anyways, I just wanted to hop on here today. Maybe I picked a bad day to jump on here, but yeah. So Mrs. Barra, our girl, she's oh, okay. Oh, Chiefs, dude. Oh yeah, okay. Yep. There's a shitload of Chiefs fans up here. Yep. Okay. Miss Barra she's doing a buyback program with the company, and I was kind of watching the stock prices and seeing like everything, the multiple years. And, kind of seeing how hard GM's going to be banking on gas Camaro. I don't know. I still think we got a chance. I don't know if I really want it, but yeah. Good idea. Oh yeah, for the regular, yeah. I'm thinking it'd be a good way just to the Camaro guys. We just don't have a whole lot of space. You know what I mean? Sales are down. It's not really that popular of a platform, I would say, but there's a ton of them. And I was watching a interview with one of the engineers on Camaro 5, I believe it was, and he says that everybody has a Camaro in their past, whether it was a neighbor, somebody in the family, so everybody has had a Camaro in their past, and I kind of agree with it. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot right there. Good to see you, David. So, anyways, Miss Barra, is going to be doing. She proposed, I believe it was a $10 million. I'm sorry, 10 billion with a B dollar buyback. So I kind of just want to backtrack like a year, and it's kind of a telltale where like this company's going, and they have got a ton. She has hit the ground running. She's picked the flag up and just ran with it, dude. As far as running this company straight to EV land, so it's going to be interesting. I honestly think I don't know what this woman's deal is, but yeah, there's a lot of companies like teetering back and forth. These next few years in the automotive space is gonna be a wild ride, dude. It's gonna be a wild ride because I think a lot of companies are. Oh, that's a good car too. It's a good car too. It's not for me, but yeah, the way the LT4 is tuned, I think it sounds really nice. That nice high menacing pitch. Yeah. But I like my Camaro better. It's got more ground clearance. It just fits me better. It's got a little more storage. Yeah, it was cheaper. It was just a better car all around. But I do wish they had a composite body for the Camaro. Yeah, David E says EVs are not the answer. Just my opinion. No, they're not. They're not. And I think you're pigeonholing people. Did you guys hear about all those Teslas and EVs and everything got dead in Chicago? As a matter of fact, I did well. Your 2018. Paul says my 23 runs a lot better than my 2018, and I'm not sure why. Was it an automatic, or is it auto to auto, or are you comparing stick to auto, or what's up? Because I'm not sure that the 18 was on the E92. No, it was on the E92A. So there was just a lot of updates that car did. Yeah. The 2019s and up, I mean, once you got the Burble tune and everything, those cars, they run pretty smooth. I have not had a chance to drive 16, 17, or 18 in the past because I've only owned the 19 and now a 22. But yeah. And as a matter of fact, I thought my 19 SS1LE ran better than my 22 ZL1, but that's because of other factors. Yeah. So the 23 is way quicker. Hell yeah. Well, the car to keep. They're all a little bit different, but I can't imagine it would be that big of a difference. Yeah. But anyways, I don't know where everybody's at, but yeah, we've had a massive cold front come in and just blast the hell out of us. I think we had a couple storms. They were calling for 6 to 11 inches of snow each one. We got 3 total. So who knows? We could have got up to 20 inches or whatever, but yeah, it was nuts there for a while. But yeah, I guess in Chicago, which really isn't that far, it's like 350 miles from me. I'm going to try something new. So what I did was I invested a little bit of cash and I bought some Wi-Fi extenders because I know if you guys can't see because it's on the other side, but I got 1, 2, 3, and then I got the whole stretch. So it's not really practical for me to hardwire the internet into the back of my Mac. So I just went ahead and bought these range extenders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play some videos. And if they start twitching, glitting, getting all fucked up, doing weird stuff, tell me right away. So, because I need to know. But let me see here. Over in the big town of Chicago, we had all these Teslas dead. I don't know if you guys. I put up a short, and there's a lot going on. But here, I'll just play.
Elon wants to do something about this. He'll probably help us out.
So electric vehicles may be the wave of the future, but a whole lot of owners are having trouble dealing with Chicago's bitter cold temperatures. Public charging stations have turned car graveyards over the past couple days.
Dane Placco reports on the frustration and some tips from an auto expert. Nothing, no juice. It's still on 0%. And this is like 3 hours this morning being out here after being out here 8 hours yesterday.
Tyree Beard was among the dozens of Tesla owners trying desperately to power up their cars at this Tesla supercharging station in Oak Brook. A scene mirrored with long lines and abandoned cars at scores of other charging stations around the Chicago area.
Man, this is crazy. It's a disaster. Seriously.
We got a bunch of dead robots out here.
Dead robots. This is your car?
Yeah.
But it was no laughing matter to people like Kevin Sumrack.
We even had get in your face here. Even had a freaking Audi. Like what's going on with, so I don't understand, but I guess you have to like prep the battery and what temperature it goes down under. I mean, the thing is like these people were sitting there for like hours on end. I don't want this shit in my life. I don't want and they're saying that this is going to be, it's a learning curve, everybody. You know, every technological change has got to have, you know, there's a learning curve to this kind of stuff. Nah. What's up, Mr. Jenkins? Yeah, good learning for the woke dumbasses. That's, yes, sir. Yep. Yeah, it's it goes on here, but I was just gonna type 3 hours. 3 hours to sit there and wait for it to not charge at all. So here's my thing is, I guess you have to prep the battery in order for it to charge to bring it up to temp. But if your car's on 0, how, like, you can't, this whole thing, yeah. Mr. Whitney, I'd like to know, says it's boost weather, baby. Yes, boost season's here. Well, yeah, kind of, man. I mean, I'm telling you, I can run my car, and I haven't started it up in over a month, and I saw my key hanging on the wall the last couple of days, and I'm really getting the freaking itch, dude. Even if I'm just sitting out there, I'm thinking about going out and starting my car. But the E85 cracks off so slow. It burns so slow. It takes forever to get warmed up to operate in temperature. So I could fill it up with 93 and go, which I might do. I'll probably do. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Let's finish this out here, because a lot of this stuff is important.
Landed at O'Hare last night to find his Tesla dead, forcing him to hire a flatbed tow truck to try to find a working charging station.
So I can get back to Indiana.
But you can't find one that's charging or working?
Either working or doesn't have cars sitting, still plugged in.
You've been here since when?
5 p.m. yesterday.
So 20 hours or so.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Tesla did not respond to any of our emails or calls, but an automobile expert we talked to says there are some things that EV owners can do when it gets this brutally cold. It's moving anyway.
Yeah.
Like any new technology, Dane, there's a learning curve.
Mark Bielik of the Chicago.
Shut the fuck. There's a learning curve, everybody. Didn't you just know that? Yeah, there's a learning curve. Yeah, 20 hours that dude was sitting there. 20 hours. And they're not doing shit about it. They've called Tesla, and Tesla's like, whatever. Yeah. Tracy said yes. It was a Cummins diesel sitting there idling. Yeah. Got him out. It picked him up. Put him on the meat hook. Freaking drug him back. Fuck, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. And these people will defend it to the death. I don't understand this. I don't get it. But you know, the people that are actually benefiting from this are the people that actually have them now. And the people that have them now are enjoying the rebates and the tax breaks, the incentives, and the price cuts and everything. And then the people sitting here going, nah, I don't know about this shit now. Those people are the ones missing out on all these tax breaks and everything. And, you know, while the charging's cheap and everything, but once everybody's aboard, they're going to just fucking crank you in the ass. And then it's going to be like, well, I didn't know this was coming. And everybody's going to be like, I told you, stupid. I told you. And it'll be a mess. But yeah. Yeah, it's so that was just Chicago. And I've still talked to a couple electricians, and they said that the grid is nowhere near being able to actually handle the supply, the power draw, the demand that all these EVs are coming. But 1 year ago, and I tracked this back, and I'm going to have to do a little bit of juggling here, but our girl, CEO of Cara Motors, she told us that there is, well, I'll shut up and let you guys hear for yourself. Give me a second here. Let me add this in, this bad boy.
Let's bring in Mary Barra, Chair and CEO of General Motors. Mary, you heard what Joe said there. You reiterate your guidance for 2022, but you're seeing some real challenges out there, particularly when it comes to commodity costs and inflation. Give me your sense of the market right now and those challenges that you're seeing.
Sure. Well, Phil, it's great to be here. And before I get into that, I do want to just thank the entire General Motors team and all of our partners and stakeholders for helping us deliver a very strong quarter. You know, we're seeing strong demand for our products, and that pricing, which we've already seen, is allowing us to really tackle some of the issues around inflation and some of the higher commodity costs. So that's gave us the confidence that we can reaffirm our guidance. And, you know, we have levers that we can pull because of the strong products that we have, the vehicles, for instance, the new full-size trucks that are coming out right now, the Silverado and the Sierra. So that's what we're focused on. And again, we're going to just keep moving forward and executing not only the ICE portfolio that we have, but really focused on accelerating the EVs that we're putting into market and also the progress we see at Cruise from an autonomous perspective.
Come on. So we have levers that we can pull. Okay, this was when the inflation was hitting, and she... Yes. Mr. Jenkins. We have levers that we can pull, baby. Yeah, I mean, there's a strong demand for these. I want to know how much of this... Now, this, you know, not really going that far back in time. I think this was Q1 of 2020. Is either Q4 of 22 or Q1 of 23 when she made this interview. But I want to know how much of this, and keep this in the back of your mind the entire time she was spewing that freaking garbage. How much of it do you think that it was promised 100% guarantee of a transition from fossil fuel to electric by the government? Because that I can't help. I don't see anybody being this so stupid that they're going to spearhead after. I mean, you're going to take a multi-billion-dollar company. So you're going to see here in just a little bit, she took $10 billion with a B. I'll never see that much money in my life. Ever. I mean, even if this YouTube channel takes off and my LLC, I could have several streams of income. I'll never see $10 billion of money in my life. And she has taken billions after billions. I mean, she just spent, I said we. She just spent $1.25 billion at the Lansing, the plant that I went to. You can go check that video out on my channel. But yeah, that entire plant, she's going to gut it, and it's going to be revamped for EVs. What is going to be built there? I don't know. Probably the Cadillac Lyric or whatever she says. But yeah. David E says it's all politics when it comes to EV, and I ain't swallowing that pill. Nope. Ain't swallowing the pill or taking a jab or nothing. Yeah, Global B. No. Global B is just, Global B is not for me. Even if Camaro7 comes back as, and this is going to be crucial because she did state in another interview that, well, she just said it. I mean, you guys just heard her. They're not trying to interrupt with the ICE production. But, you know, we're killing Camaro off, but we're revamping the Lansing River. Yeah, dude, anytime this woman is asked a question, and this is what really pisses me off and annoys me about her the most. You can ask her a direct yes or no question, and then as soon as the story time or the camera gets turned to her, it's story time. She has to spew all this garble. She takes 10 minutes in, a 10-minute story in order to say yes or no. And she might not even imply, but everybody lets her get away with so much stuff. I mean, all these interviewers don't push, they don't apply pressure, they don't say, well, you're not answering the question. It's embarrassing, dude. It's embarrassing. Let's keep going here. Whoa. About fucked that up.
And we'll talk about that in a bit, but I want to talk about pricing real quick. You're able to pass some of this along ultimately to the dealers. who are then passing it along to the customer. But if we see an economy that is slowing down, potentially sliding towards a recession, do you start to lose some of that pricing power?
Well, it's something, Phil, that we're watching very, very closely. But right now, again, we're seeing a pricing environment that's stronger than even what we thought at the beginning of the year. And I think it's because of the General Motors, our strong product portfolio that we have in the market right now. We're still, very constrained. Almost every truck that ends up at a dealer, the vehicles are moving quickly or they're already sold. And so that's a good place to be in with the strong demand.
That's a lie. That is a lie. Who remembers just months ago when the car lots were nothing but Silverados and Colorados or whatever that smaller truck is that they're selling now? They couldn't sell them. She is just, this is on a whole new level. Now, this might have been before the big boom or whatever, but yeah. Mr. Burley, Andrew, serious question. If the Camaro comes back 7th generation hybrid, would you buy it and why? Listen. Maybe. I have to, because here's my thing is, do you guys, I put up a poll and it was overwhelmingly yes, and I'm assuming you guys are probably going to be agreeing. Maybe you voted on it, I don't know. But I made up a poll. Do you guys want me to show you how to take your Camaro off the grid? Because I think you can do it for free. I'm going to, as soon as this weather lets up, I'm going to do it myself. Because my thing is if I'm going to spend this much money, I want it to be mine. Like, it needs to be mine. Like, you don't need to be able to have the ability to cut me off or kill my motor or to be able to follow me or listen to me or watch me or call the cops on me. No. So here's my thing is, would I buy it? I want to see the algorithm of the gas engine. I want to know the displacement of the gas engine. If I can delete the electric motors and if I can be able to take it off the grid and make it invisible to OnStar. Because, I mean, if you guys don't think that they're listening and, selling your information or what you say or anything about you, just like these credit card companies, you're crazy. You're crazy and you're living in denial. So I don't need that kind of shit in my life. It's not like I'm being paranoid or whatever. It's just, I don't need it. You know what I mean? I don't need it. I don't need anybody telling me what to do. I'm a grown man. Nobody's helping me pay my bills. Nobody's giving me anything. So, leave me alone. I'm cool. Yeah. Yeah. Mr. EST says, this bitch is flying by the seat of her pants. And I agree. I agree with you, man. I agree. She's it's a joke. It's laughable at some points, but I'm gonna keep going here. I'm gonna shut my frick pie hole.
And as we work through the inflationary pressures.
Mary, you've already announced that you're going to be pulling forward your EV production as much as possible. You plan to sell at least 400,000 by the end of 2023 EVs in North America. When you look at that type of outlook for production and sales, there are more than a few people out there who are saying, A, can you get the battery production up to speed in time? And B, are the commodities that you need for battery production, for EV production, is that market going to be there? I know you've made some side deals or exclusive deals with some of the suppliers, but there is concern in the market about that.
Well, we are well on our way to executing to make sure that not only can we deliver 400,000 EVs when you look at 22 and 23, excuse me, on our way to 1 million by 2025. And we're seeing strong demand for our products, the Hummer EV and truck and SUV. We already have 60,000 reservations, 140 on the Silverado EV. The Lyric on May 18th will start taking reservations again because the initial...
Shut it, bitch. I can't do this. She can't answer a question. It's like your brain numbs out from sitting here trying to listen to her answer, and it's like we're taking the long way around. He just asked her a simple question, and the thing is we're just no. They know. I think what did she say? There's going to be 400,000. They project that they want 400,000 units to be sold. Yes. Yeah. Good luck selling that trash. That's exactly right. They're stacking up right now. So that was their goal, 400,000, but they're stacking up. They ain't gonna make it. And you're gonna see here in just a little bit. She's kind of backpedaling on this, but I mean, it's amazing. 1 year ago, I have no idea what makes a human being do this. I have no idea what makes somebody be that blind and delusional that you're just gonna sit here and be like, yeah. Oh man, everybody wants these. These are selling like hotcakes. These are blah blah blah. Now I know that like rental companies like Hertz Enterprise, they did purchase quite a few cars, but I noticed that the vast majority of them they bought through Tesla. So I don't know. She'd make a good politician. Yes, yeah. Because by the time you get done hearing your answer, you're just like, man, whatever. Just, I regret this so bad. Shut the fuck up. And it's just terrible. Terrible. I'll let her finish here, and then we'll move on. But this is still her saying that there is a strong demand for the EV market.
Limited edition is already sold out. So we're seeing strong demand for our products. So then, to your point, let's talk about the supply side. Our first battery plant comes online this year. We have another plant coming online next year and another the following year, and one more that we'll announce shortly. So we're really controlling our own destiny here when we look at battery cells. And then for the raw materials that are necessary to produce EVs, we have been doing, whether it's strategic partnerships, joint ventures, and we're working to secure the supply that we'll need, not only for that 400,000, but for the millions. So we have confidence.
That's straight from China. Straight from China. And they have went on and said that they have made a lot of strong agreements to buy parts and commodities, materials, raw materials to actually construct these EV cars straight from China, exclusively from China. So why the heck? I mean, it's a bad deal, man. It's a bad deal. It's a bad deal. Mr. Burley says new Hummer truck and the dumbass Cybertruck are both trash. They're garbage. I just watched a video. Some dude I never heard of. He's got like 8.1 million subscribers, but he towed a H1, like a military surplus Humvee, and 90 miles, I think is what it got. And it was down to like 2% on the battery. And I was like, man. And I think, yeah, he did it in Sub-Zero. If I find it, I'll post it. But yeah, I'm just thinking 90 miles, that's nothing. Like a diesel pickup, that Cummins, or, these Power Strokes, or, these things can tow forever. Tracy would know better than anybody. Oh shit. Tracy, yes. Conscious. Yeah, before and after, right? Yep. Yes, sir. It's terrible. It's awful. But I'm sitting here looking, and I watch these interviews, and she is just, I don't know, man. This can't be. I just don't see how human being can be this clueless. This clueless. Yeah, that video is pretty much done. I'm gonna get on to. So, fast forward a year. Now everything's on the downslide. All the dealers have charred, burnt bridges, killed relationships with customers because, man, I want to, being a car enthusiast is fun, and I want to buy or experience new cars and this and that, but no. Tracy, you ain't got to shut up here, bud. That's what this place is for. That's why I created it. Yeah, it's David. No, it's so when, man, it gets me freaking cranked up because as an enthusiast, like I was saying, you want to experience, you want to buy different things, but when you jump into the market and everything's just so absurdly priced, and it's just like, it kills the fun. It takes all the fun out of it. And it makes you go look at older, but hell, even some of the older Camaros are going for $20, $30, $40, $50,000. Some of them are hitting $100,000, but those are the collector grades. Those are collector pieces. But yeah, Mary Bear. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand how she's running this company the way she is. Hell, even so. Here, I'll just show you guys. I got this in GM Authority. This article I just saw the other day. This really pissed me off, and it's not the reasons that you think. I'm just gonna go here. I'll do this. And just run over here and make sure. Yep, there we go. Okay, I'm showing the right one. So GM appoints, I don't know if it's Shannon or Shannon. I don't know. Miss Reed, I'll just go Miss Reed, as new Global Chief Media Officer. There she is. Okay, so here's the part where I have a problem with this whole fucking thing. She has no car background experience. Okay, I take that back. I believe in the ear, she says she spent many years working on GM. Okay, right there. A Chevy Chevelle, a Chevy Corvette, and a Buick Regal. 3 cars. 3 cars. Now, I want to know how much that position really pays. You know what I mean? She doesn't look like a car enthusiast. You're exactly right. This is the part where it's starting to really chap my ass, because it's like the engineers, and it was so smart how GM had this the hierarchy scale, or just the positionment of everybody in all their positions at GM. Everybody was a car enthusiast. They came from the bottom up, and typically a lot of the people were engineers. And it seemed like the cars, were they pretty? Did they have a premium touch? No. But every time you went out and turned the key or pushed the button, it would start, it would work. It would pretty much get you there with minimal problems. You might have a recall here and there. I mean, Camaros really didn't have a lot of recalls. And you're exactly right. I got no problem saying it. What the fuck is she doing in that position? Because this is going to be the head of marketing. So here's my problem is what she did before was she did senior vice president, head of media for L'Oreal, a makeup company, for 3.5 years. So you work on 3 cars and you work for a makeup company for 3.5 years, and now you're this doesn't make sense, guys. This doesn't make sense at all. So she, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell this company's doing, but I really see a lot of bad things coming in the future. A lot of bad things, because I mean, just like I made a video last year, late last year, I can't remember. I'm sorry, but it feels like they don't know their demographic. When they launched the collector's edition, like, what the hell? You know what I mean? They're going to charge you $16,000, and it ran the price up. There was a couple of you that reached out saying they were charging $40, $45, $50, $90, $100,000 over sticker for a collector's edition Camaro. And people are buying these things thinking that they're going to have an investment, and you're not. I hate to pop your bubble there, but you're really not. I mean, you're not getting anything except for stickers, different color. It's not even different color. It's just a gloss grade of the clear coat. That's all it is. They're taking the same WA8554, which they've had for decades, and then they're just painting it with a semi-gloss clear. It's a joke. And then they're numbering the chassis and calling it a day. Well, yeah, I don't know. They're gonna have to pull a rabbit out of their ass somewhere. But I'm gonna get in here. I just want to get into this video. And I kind of want to, this is going to be the nuts and bolts of it. That way we can get into the buyback. So here we go.
Barra, Chair and CEO of General Motors. Mary, I just heard you on the conference call with analysts. Some fairly tough questions about where General Motors has been in the last year. And you said it on the call. You've had some execution issues. We'll talk about the guidance and the updated guidance in just a little bit. But how do you convince investors, yeah, we had a bad year last year, or 2023, but we're going to get our act together?
Well, I think, Phil, when you look at what we've achieved in 2023, yes, we had some challenges with module production that we weren't able to deliver as many Ultium-based EVs as we would like. And we've had this recent incident with Cruise, and we're doing a review, and we will make sure that we have the right path going forward. But from an ICE perspective, really have really strong performance that we've been able to.
Look at that stock. Look at that stock price. And boom, right here. Well, never mind. I'll shut up.
Have the right products that customers want to buy. We're below what the average incentive prices are. And so when we look at other parts of the business, they've operated very well. There was a lot of challenges this year with labor negotiations, et cetera. Those are behind us now. And that's what gives us confidence in the business, confidence to do the ASR at a $10 billion level. And, we're going to move forward and execute and, again, move past these, I'll say, bumps in the road in the areas of autonomous and electrification.
What? So now we're calling them bumps in the road. Now we're calling them bumps in the road. Okay, well, the thing is everybody has been saying this the past, I don't know, pretty much since the inception of, hey, we're going to jam this down your throat. Get ready for it. Here it comes. And everybody's saying, no, I don't want it. No, I don't trust you. No, I don't. Why do you think? That's a good question for you guys. Why do you think that everybody is putting up such a fight resistance and not really wanting to take the time, or not take the time, but take the risk to spend? Because money's not easy to come by. And when you take that much of it and you spend it on a platform in which you think somebody's going to have total control over it, it's pretty scary. And I'm not going to do it either. I'm good. I got a 21-year-old Grand Prix, and until that thing rusts in two, I'm going to fix it. So yeah. Mr. Burley says, this is a good point. I want to see someone with a Matte Panther buff out of scratching and yeah, you can't. Exactly. Yep. That's exactly right. So even if you, anything that applies any kind of pressure on that clear coat, to some degree, it's going to gloss it over. It's going to slick it over. Is it going to be full gloss? No. But if it's 70% or 60%, you're going to see it. You're going to see it in that clear coat. You have to buy special cleaners to clean bugs off the front. That for sure, 100%, you're touchless only, or you're going to screw that paint job up. Honestly, I think if a person wants to do that, I think what do they call it? Stealth PPF film. I think that's what it's called. I would go that route. Yeah. Yeah, Tracy was telling me about this. How much did he want over for that? I think that was $100,000, wasn't it, Tracy? It was a lot. It was absurd, and there was nothing special about it. Yeah. But yeah, the EV demand, and especially the hit this company's taking the entire time. And I've said it since I had my orange car. Since we've kind of run into this debate as far as like the supply and demand, I haven't really seen any companies, any auto manufacturers. I mean, the thing is we all pulled back, let the lots empty out. We made these things exclusive. I don't know if they try to take the European approach, because it's very, very common over in Europe. If you want a brand new car, you have to order it every time. So I think that, I don't know if we were trying to make America is the way it is. You can't change it. It's not going to change. We're a consumer-based country. I mean, we just consume. So the thing is you're not going to change it. And by the time the car lots got empty, the interest rates and everything was so high, gas was so high, it's just it turned into a disaster. And now what goes up must come down. Now we're riding the downside of everything, and they can't sell these things. And now you pissed everybody off to the point to where, unless you're afoot and you absolutely have to have a vehicle, nobody wants to go in and haggle with them anymore, because you're going to get your head taken off. They're going to reach in your pocket and fuck with your wallet a bit too much. So And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. So I think she's going to be getting to. Well, I'll just let her. I'll shut up and let her talk here.
Mary, let's talk about that stock repurchase program. You're immediately going to buy back enough stock to retire about 17% of your outstanding shares out there. When did the board make a decision? You know what? $10 billion is the right amount of money that we need to spend in order to bring down the number of outstanding shares and to boost the stock.
Well, I think when you look at from a
here's story time
capital allocation framework, we always look at that on a regular basis from a board perspective. And this was a recommendation from management because as we got through some of the elements of the year that were driving a lot of uncertainty, once we had that certainty, we were able to make this decision and get to a price or get to a place from a cash balance perspective that is more what we've said we want to have going forward. So this was really a reflection of our capital allocation framework. You know, when you look at the last few years, there's been a lot of uncertainty, whether it was the pandemic, semiconductor, labor. Those are past us. We have confidence in the business going forward.
That's a lie. That's a lie, because what happened to the point to where, just like the Corvette, when they were like, oh, we need to retool, they got to a point where they just shut down. They would shut down for almost a month and just be like, don't worry about it. We'll open when we reopen. We're scheduled to reopen in 3 weeks, but we'll open whenever we open. They've been throttling the pace, the production on these vehicles. They have been doing it probably since day one. I can't prove anything. Nobody can. But that is my suspicion is, you know, you control the supply, you control the price. So you do less work, you're going to get more profit out of it. Duh. But this is so stupid because, you know, the American people are, you know, sitting back and watching this. And I mean, people are not dumb. They know. Oh, sorry. I thought one of you guys were talking to me there. I'll let her keep going.
Both in our internal combustion and our EV and our software, and then our path that we'll work on from an autonomous perspective. That's what gave us the confidence and the board the confidence to make this decision.
I don't mind. Thank you, Mary, for being on our show. I wanted to ask you, Mary, not that long ago, I was in a self-driving car with Kyle Vogt in San Francisco. Was I in an unsafe position? Should I not have been in there? Was that a danger to me that I rode in that? And two, why did Kyle Vogt leave? I understand he wanted to spend more time with his family, but I also understand that Waymo did not have to get pulled and yours did get pulled. I want some answers on what happened here.
Well, let me take that in from a reverse order perspective. I think when we look at, from a Cruise perspective, Kyle left on his own. So that was a decision that he made. And I think asking him why he did that, I think would be a better question for him. When we look at, the difference of what happened to Cruise, I think it was a lack of transparency. This is something that when General Motors learned what had happened in the incident that was, tragic, we have gotten more involved and leaned in. We still have a lot of faith in the.
Oh my gosh! Stop! I'm gonna cut it right here. All he asked was I in danger, and why did Kyle leave? That's all he asked. This is the perfect example of it's not hard. But she did answer the Kyle. I'll give her credit. She did answer. Kyle. He made a decision on his own. That was his. But this is the perfect example of just like. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, just yes, no. Just fucking answer the question. Yeah, but the thing is if they run it into the ground, they're going to be holding their hand out asking for a bailout. It's happened before. So I'll let her get to this point here real quick, and then I'll break it down the best that I can for you guys.
Technology community and the technical talent that's at Cruise as we move forward, but clearly a better job has to be done in building relationships and being transparent with the regulators at the state, the local and the federal level, as well as with first responders. So I think that was one of the issues as we move forward, and we're already building the relationship and leveraging the strength that General Motors has in this space of having a strong government relations team at all levels, and that's one of the things we'll do forward. You know, from a General Motors perspective, safety is an overriding priority, and we always focus on transparency. So driving that into the cruise operations is a number one objective that we are already undertaking. I've ridden in the vehicle many times as well, and I think as we go with this technology, we have to look at the fact that 40,000 people lose their lives.
Look at those stocks. Look at the. It's just now. So you see that dramatic spike up, and we'll just talk about this here. You see that dramatic spike up. It's because of that $10 billion buyback. And I don't know if you guys know how buybacks work, but, you know, when stock will get to a certain price, it'll split. You know, we get so many shares out there, everybody's holding a share, they're expecting to make money year after year after year. Oh, it's just endless making money. Make money, make money. I don't give a shit what has to be done. Run the company, do what you got to do, and just make me money. I don't care. 1 second here. Mr. Wouldn't let you know what really stinks about all the EV stuff is, where else do we look for future vehicles? Toyota is the... Yeah, right. You're going to have to buy old shit. And that's kind of what I was talking about last year when I was asking, would you buy a kit car? Because crate motors and kit cars is going to be the only way to go. And then you're going to be at the mercy of tuners, people that can actually dial the stuff in, get them set up, and get everything in a good, reliable fashion, I would say. But... you know, there's still a ton of cars on the road. And I think as a lot as these manufacturers are making parts, aftermarket parts, there's no reason you can't keep them on the road. A long time ago, and this was years ago, like 10 years ago, Mercedes-Benz did a research. And they said that you would only need, if you ran the car into the ground and drove it until it wouldn't possibly move and got the goodie out of it, you would only need 3.6 cars for the average adult human lifetime. So, yeah, I don't know. It depends on really how far you drive, how far you commute. Do you drive for work? Because there's a lot of people that put a lot of miles on stuff, and there's some people that don't put any. So, yeah. Yeah, that's my point. Dave, oh man, sorry, I didn't mean to click you out there. The government fronted the money behind the curtain. Yeah. And behind the curtain now, yes. Absolutely. And now that the money's drying up, these companies don't know what to do. They're scrambling. They're fucking scrambling for funds to keep the project going, keep everything afloat, keep everything in a forward move, you know, keep the momentum up. But that was kind of our suspicion. There's a big rumor going around a couple months ago. Were they slowly ramping up the MSRP price? And this wasn't GM. This was amongst all auto manufacturers. Were they slowly, you know, the frog in the boiling water? Were they slowly but surely? Because me and Tracy were comparing our window build sheets, and there's a dramatic difference between my 2019 SS1LE. I think it was like 38,000. And his 2 SS1LE was like 60,000. Now, that's a big price difference. So I think that they were slowly running the MSRP up, you know, because the tooling and everything's paid for. All this stuff, you know, they even killed the Camaro team, all the engineers, developers, all that stuff. They killed it off a long time ago. So it's pretty much just ghostwriting. They were adding different paints, you know, stickers, you know, all the stupid little sticker packages, I guess you want to call it. But, you know, they were letting this thing ghost ride in the sunset and just collecting, scraping the cream off the top, just collecting the cash. So that was kind of a big suspicion, was were they slowly running the MSRP up to bankroll the EV transition coming into play. So, but yeah, who the fuck knows what they're doing now? And you're never gonna get a direct answer from them. So, yeah. Wouldn't you like to know? Says the problem is they are shrinking displacement and adding hybrid systems to everything. It seems like yes. Lamborghini with that Revuelto hasn't, but you know, That's a fucking 400,000. I think it's a $400,000 car. I mean, everybody else is, and that sucks. And that's why I'm saying this whole thing's ruined. Even if it stays 6.2 naturally aspirated V8 on the Global B platform, it's ruined because you cannot get rid of OnStar in a C8 Corvette. I mean, all the research that I've done, unless somebody knows something that I don't, it's woven into the whole, I don't know what you want to call it, code matrix of the Global B system. The way it talks node to node to node and communicates everything. There is no brain box or whatever like the Camaro has, and I'm going to show you. But yes, yeah, the Global B, it's there to stay in the freaking C8. So unless you move to, because see, the thing is all you have physical components. So you have an engine, just like a temperature sensor. All it needs is like a certain amount of volts passing through it. That's all it needs to work. So I don't see a reason why these aftermarket manufacturers can't come out with like different ECMs, PCMs, TCMs, all these different control modules, nodes or whatever, to take it onto a different platform, and then all you have to do is retune it. There's still workarounds. There's still workarounds, but man, it's so expensive. There was companies that went bankrupt, spending dollar after dollar after dollar that they had, just trying to crack the code on the ECM for the C8. And kind of looking back on it, I'm just thinking, why didn't they just scrap the whole thing and start over from step one? But I'm gonna let Super Psycho keep going here.
And 90% of accidents and fatalities caused today are caused by human error. As we move this technology, we've got to get better, faster. But I think when we look at where it is compared, and there's been studies done as it relates to safer than a human driver, I think what we've learned in this, it's got to be much safer than a human driver.
Fair enough. I want to switch directions to something that hasn't been talked about that much, which is China. In 2018, your market share was 13.7%. Now you're at 8.6%. In the meantime, it's fair to say that between 2018 and what at least the first 9 months of 2023 indicate, your sales may have been, in billions, may have been cut in half. Would it not be better to try to figure out what to do with China than just buy back shares? And what happens if President Biden says, you know what, cars cost too much money, let the Chinese sell cars here?
Well, I think a lot packed into that question there. We have been working, I think there's a lot of change happening in China when you look at their rapid shift to electrification and the rise of a lot of domestic EV companies. I think there's still sorting that has to happen. There's over 100 companies, and many of them are not profitable. We are still in the high single-digit share perspective between our two joint ventures. And so having the right portfolio and participating where our brands belong in that market is something that we're very focused on. And so I think we can have a good position in China, but recognize there has been some structural changes there. And your second question, Jim, was?
Oh, just in terms of, I'm trying to figure out how much money, that money would be better spent there. Because I'm trying to figure out how come your sales went down so much. And the sales are down substantially in terms of market share and in terms of amount of money.
Yeah, I think, though, if you look, there's been a very...
So, well, I didn't mean to click, double click, triple click. So the sales are down. Why do you think why do you guys think the sales are down? I think it's because of all the fuckery, the usury, and the lying and cheating. So the simple fact is, we've been giving to China, and as you saw, 13 down to 8. It's nothing in return. I have no idea what this lady is doing. It makes no sense to me. I'm saying it. I hear myself saying it, but it's like, who the hell does this? How could you be so stupid? Yeah. I'm not giving that guy any you know what? Actually, I don't know him. I don't know him well enough because I don't watch the shit. Yeah, half the time when I watch those guys, I walk away pissed off anyways. So it's kind of it's better off. I know when to quit when I'm ahead. So I don't really watch him, but yeah, it's the simple fact is I like that because he's just asking direct questions like, which somebody with any kind of moderate business savvy mind would ask her. And he has every right to ask her. I think it's legitimate questions that need to be answered. And yeah, I think we only got like a minute here. So let's just finish it off here. And I just want to touch on these buybacks, and then yeah, we could talk about something else.
Very much a structural shift with the domestic OEMs really gaining share and gaining consumer acceptance, which I think for several years prior, the markets were dominated by Western manufacturers. And with this shift to electrification, there's been a reset there. And again, when you have 100 new entrants coming into a market, there's going to be a shift. We think we're well positioned with our plan in China, and that was all factored into what we're doing and from the ASR. We think we have the right plans for each areas of our business that gave us confidence to do the $10 billion ASR.
All right. So I'm gonna say this: the $10 billion buyback, and she even said that it was come from.
Just a moment. I want to go through some of the numbers for our audience.
Shut the fuck up, there, buddy. Come as a recommendation from management, for which is lower, from the bottom up. But do you think that the buyback was the best thing to do? Because I don't know. It tells me that there's a lot of shareholders saying, and I know I rambled on about it a little bit ago, but there's a lot of people saying, we're not making money anymore. Your stock isn't worth as much anymore. What's going on? This is a dramatic slide. So when the company sees, a lot of people losing interest like that, I think this was like the cheap and easy way out, or it's a Band-Aid, because if just like simple math, the way the buyback, and the way it was explained to me was, if you have 100 shares, just easy. If you have 100 shares and you say that my company's worth $100 billion, okay, well, I'm going to buy 50 shares back. And what that does is, our company's worth $100 billion. Don't worry about the money we just spent to buy all those shares back, but our company's worth $100 billion, which you just artificially inflated the price. Did you see that dramatic spike up? You just artificially, overnight, inflated the price of the stocks. Now everybody's like, yeah, we're making money again. We're back in the pay dirt. This is the way to go. But, and I'm going to say a big but, that girl better have a freaking, because we know plan A isn't working. She better have like a plan B, maybe even a C or D, because I hope that they know something that we don't, because this is a big chance. Big chance. So I have no idea what's going to be coming. Like I said, these next couple years, it's going to be something. But the thing is that if they have a bailout, or asking for a bailout because their ass bounces off the bottom, a rock bottom, I don't think that they should be bailed out. That's what David say, government bailout or other country bailout. Maybe these motherfuckers know something we don't. So yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see, bud. Like I said, time's gonna tell. I don't know. I really love the brand, but I'll tell you what. The one thing I love about Camaro 6 is this lady had nothing to do with it. When she came on aboard in 2014, I think that's when she started. Yeah. Camaro, it takes like 5 years to pretty much do like the next model. So yes, Camaro 6, she had nothing to do with. So I love it. I love the car. I think it's the ultimate Camaro. I really do. It's on the best chassis. It's got a big ass engine. It's got all the goodies. And like I said, as soon as the weather clears up here, because just yesterday is like negative. Well, if it felt like -20 or -15, it's been all over the place, man. That's my point. And you know what? We actually already bailed our asses out once. I think it was like right around the housing crisis of 2008. And they say everybody's got to stop living off credit, and I kind of agree. I think we might need to go back to living below your means, not stop trying to freaking go broke, trying to impress everybody. I live a really simple life. I do. I don't even have a house. Like, I would rather spend my money on cars. As a matter of fact, to those of you that pay attention, I don't buy new clothes. Like, I buy clothes, I wear their asses out until there's holes, and I mean, I look like one of these raggedy motherfuckers off the street. I'll wear it. So I spend all my money. I mean, I don't gamble, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't go out and party, I don't do nothing. So I usually typically try to save my money, but I will spend money on cars. My car is my vice. But yeah, I'm not out here trying to impress everybody, and I think a lot of people need to go back to that. So yeah. Buick is supposed to be a bit, yeah. China. Yeah, Buick, there is a big demand. The Buick, they love a big 4-door sedan, black Buick. I can't remember the model because I'm not really into luxury cars or whatever like that. But that is like a Mercedes-Benz. Some people view that as a Mercedes-Benz over there. Yeah. They don't. That is the ultimate primo. That is when you know that you've made it over there. So it's weird. Different cultures, different. Yeah. It's the same way I look at a day. Oh, yeah. Yeah. My car is outstanding. Everything else I have is mediocre. And I'm okay with that because I don't need to impress anybody. And if you don't want to be around me, you don't want to talk to me, I view that as I am better off not talking to you. Yeah. Because I would rather spend money learning something or something that I have a monetary value to, as opposed to like cars or no, clothes, going out to eat, overspending on a house. Just, to me, that's stupid. It's throwing good money after bad, in my opinion. So can't be in charge of a company and purposely ruin it unless you want to sell off. There might be some of that fuckery going on behind the curtain, bud. Like I said, them cutting deals with China, losing deals. Like, we are. I don't get it. I don't understand. I have a feeling we don't have the whole fucking picture, context to everything. You know what I mean? So it's yet to be seen, I think, in my opinion. But you never know, man. You never know. I know that there's a lot of minds that like have the most dense. I can't remember the name of the metal, but these cells or the pods for these EV batteries are heavily constructed with this metal. China's intentionally cut down like 3/4 of the mines, 2/3 of the mines, trying to ration it out through the world, driving the prices up. So, yeah, it's a one-way street, man. I'm not digging it. Like, there's little to no respect back. But yep, the buyback, I think it's a band-aid over a bullet hole. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting. And she better have a plan B. And I'm telling you, this new V8 coming out, I got a feeling this V8 is going to be in a lot of different cars. But like I said it last year, since what, Midsummer? I don't know, those of you who've been watching. They have the ability overnight turnkey gasoline Camaro. They've already had the Alpha 2 chassis for Cadillac. They got a brand new V8 coming out, off the shelf transmission, differentials you can whittle on the access machine overnight. There's your powertrain, go. So it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting to see. So how's Alex doing? Have you heard? The last I heard, he was doing okay. He's coming back. There's some fucking around with the VA. Should we have him back on? I know that I think there's some stuff going around with Dodge too, Stellantis. But my thing is with Stellantis is once, what was it, FCA, Fiat Chrysler, sold them off. Well, now I have a brand new mommy and daddy with a big bank account that's ready to take me on. So I think Dodge is going to be doing better. I think they're going to be pushing the electrification, but I think they're going to be able to rebound a lot better. Maybe we should, maybe I'll reach out to Alex and talk to him, see what's up. So, but I think Ford is pretty much, you know, they're always overcharging and screwing their customers as always. But they've never needed a bailout. They've never filed for bankruptcy. They've never, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot to be said for that, though, in the way they run their company. But they've also come out and said that if they're the last ones that make a V8 Mustang, then that's what they're going to do. And I don't know why Mary's not taking on the same attitude. I think that's what we need. I think we need to get back to what works, letting the engineers speak, letting the engineers run the company a little bit more. And yeah, the formula of which got us here. But yeah, it's clear to see that pretty much the precedents she's setting, or you know, the path that she's taking, it's not going to get us anywhere. It's not going to get us anywhere good. And this electrification crap is, I don't know. There's a lot of money. I know that they're all working together now. They've pretty much cut a deal with Tesla, paying Tesla off to allow other auto manufacturers use their chargers. So that pretty much just doubled or tripled their charging system overnight by writing a check to Tesla. So I don't know. I did do some math. I think in 2023, I just took a small sample, just 2023, which is the most current. And the Camaro, it was about 35,000 and 35,000. So it was just under 70,000 units. And in 2023, GM sold 2.6 million units. So as you can see, I'll pull it back up here, but I think it's less than like 7% is what the total sales for Corvette and Camaro, the performance line, is pulling the company. So do they need a gas V8 Camaro? I guess I'll answer the title of the video. But yeah, no, they don't. But they kind of do, because there's a lot of people. Mr. Burley, I know he has a Camaro, but he's also got a Silverado. And I think, did you say does your wife drive a Traverse maybe? I don't know, comment, but there's a lot of people that have multiple GM cars. So, and you know, there's a lot of enthusiasts speak out and we vocalize, and you know, we're kind of proud about our things, and we you know, kind of shoot our mouth off. So, and a lot of stuff, a lot of marketing's done by word of mouth. So let's just do 70,000 here. 2.6. Oh wow, 3%. Yeah. So I mean, if those numbers really do add up, 3% of the total. But yeah, do they need it? No, but is it in their best interest? Yeah, because there's a lot of marketing, advertising, NASCAR, multiple races. You know, YouTube's becoming, social media in general, Instagram, it's all becoming more and more popular. If cars were more yes. Remember when you could buy a house for $50,000? Well, it's very relative to where you live, but yeah, where I live, $50,000 house is no longer. I don't even think you can buy a $100,000 house anymore. It's inflation, getting everybody to, I don't know the word for it. There is a word for it, and I read it a couple years back, but getting everybody to be hyper focused on one thing, you know, using social media to influence everything, drives the price through the roof. Now everybody goes into bidding wars over cars, houses. Typically, you know, single guys, you know, we're about our cars. So, I mean, they capitalize on that stuff. Just, you know, they're vultures. So yeah, it's going to be interesting in the next couple years. Hey, there's going to be one good thing for you. If they get all these EVs, you won't have to work as hard, because there won't be. Well, we'll see, dude. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. People still want their shit, and they want it right fucking now. You know what I mean? It'll be interesting to see how this whole thing turns out. that Chicago thing just freaking terrified me. You know, because my job they wouldn't give a shit. They wouldn't care. They wouldn't care if you're not there. It's not like you don't get paid. It's your job's in jeopardy. Like, they will come after you. So I can't just say, battery in my car shit out or whatever like that. You know what I mean? So that kind of stuff terrifies me. And I'll guarantee you, probably almost all of those cars still had a note to be paid on them. So there was still a lot of, I can't say if you email me, I might tell you. But yeah, they're very, very sue happy. They're very sue happy. And, I've been warned not to say the name or show logo or whatever. So that's why I'm very cautious about what I say, what I do. Yeah. Hit me up, email me. I might tell you, but I know that you're a union worker as well. So hit me up, man. Other than that, do you guys think that we're going to get the V8? I think we are. I think we are. I think that this is going to send a message, and I think that they're going to kind of be like, oh, fuck, we need, if we're going to make this V8, which we're spending, I think right now the tally's at what, 800,000 or it's almost $1 billion, 800 million. Yeah, it's going to be interesting the next couple years. I will say that I can't make any predictions because this right here is put everything on end, because it's almost like she's looking very, very nervous. I don't know how she still has a job at this point. I mean, the airplane's heading for the grounds at such a rate. Everything in the cab's just floating in your face. It's going down so damn fast, and everyone's like, huh, this is fine. I'm fine. You're fine. Nothing to see here. Oh, yeah. This is normal. Don't worry about it. Oh, yeah. We'll just buy back some. Yep. There you go. Making money overnight. Oh, yeah. Is everybody happy? Okay. And, yeah. Like I said. Depending on the election, my opinion. Could be, dude. It could be. I mean, the thing is like, I called it a long time ago. Somebody, and I don't even remember who it was. They asked if the car market was going to come down. And I said, yes, it will. It has to have a different. It's going to have to be a change of power. Going to have to be a transition of power. But I mean, you're crazy if you don't think that the last couple years has been intentional. And I guarantee you that it's going to be pretty convenient that the cost of gas per gallon is going to get cheaper and cheaper towards November. So that's going to be my prediction. It happens every time. They treat you like shit for, 2-3 years. And then that last year, they butter you up, trying to get your vote, trying to get people, oh, look, things aren't as bad as you, but you don't remember 2 years ago when everyone's like, fuck, what, they're paycheck to paycheck, sometimes less than running it in the dirt. I know there's a lot of people that use their tax rebate just so they can buy enough meat for like 6 months to a year and try to ration it out as far as they can. There's a lot of shit going on, and there's a lot of people are broke right now, and I get it. I'm amongst you. So yeah. He agrees on the gas prices. Yep, they do butter you up. They do. They run at you with the big stick of butter. Pat you on the back. Hey, buddy, see, I'm making things. You see, life ain't so bad. Everything's not so bad. But when they're just pumping you for cash for, and it's not just them. It's everything's going up. I just read an article. Just car insurance has went up. I've never used a claim. I've never claimed anything, but I'm paying 20% more. Why? It doesn't make any sense. My groceries have went through crazy. I know there's a lot of companies, after the pandemic, they've, been trying to make everything back, but I think groceries are up like 40%. To me, that's bullshit. So I don't know. I think there's just going to have to be a pivot in power, and we'll see. So yeah. Okay, brothers. We're past an hour. Anybody want to talk about anything else? Mr. Jenkins says, funny how they go up around key travel times. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty convenient. I don't know how all that works, but I've been noticing year to year to year, year over year. I've been paying attention to like different things, and you're right. Yeah. They kind of get you coming and going, and there's different times to and different markets to everything, and you can't help but look at it as they're just screwing with you. You know what I mean? So it's I don't know. I think everything will be on the decline. I think people just need to freaking reserve themselves, not worry about what they can get. Just be happy with what you got. Make what you got work. It's about spending time with people and creating memories that way. And a lot of the shit that you can do that creates the most memories and funds, it's damn near free. You know what I mean? So look, take Carson Coffee, for instance. All right, buddy. Have a good night, Mike. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Yeah. Yep. 4th of July is a big one. Big one. Absolutely. Yeah. They say that Thanksgiving time is the worst, but I think 4th of July might be the worst. It's a big one. They get you coming going on a lot of shit, and it's just it's weird how the gas prices spike overnight and then they'll take about 2 weeks to trickle back down. But it is what it is. Can't control it. If I could, there'd be a whole different landscape. I promise you that. But all right, fellas. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna take care of some shit I gotta get done. And you guys want to do this like every week, every other week, once a month? What do you guys think? Should I do a poll? Should I take a poll? I think they're fun. I think they're great. I think a lot of guys like to get in here and bullshit. I think it's good to have a space for fucking Camaro guys. I know a lot of the GM stuff's Corvette, but fuck them. I think it's good to create a space for Camaro guys, or predominantly Camaro. I mean, I'm not really that freaking hell-bent on Camaro everything, but yeah, exactly. All right, fellas. Well, I'm going to try to drum up a topic. I'll make a poll sometime this week. And then we will plan. I think that this channel will grow if we had like a pattern, consistency. I do enjoy because you guys are smart. I mean, just go back and replay this and you'll see. There's a lot of good content, and even in the comment sections, omit my stupid ass talking, blabbing, and running in my face the whole time. You'll see there's a lot of good camaraderie in here. So other than that, I'll take a poll and I'll be watching that like a hawk. So you guys take care. I'll try to do something next week, and if that becomes too much or whatever, we don't have good as turnout or whatever, we'll tone it back. So other than that, you guys take care. I appreciate you guys. Like the video, please, and subscribe if you haven't, and we'll catch you guys next week. See you guys.